All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and the TBV family. I would like to introduce a very special guest to the show, WBC super middleweight champion of the world, David Benavidez, a.k.a. El Bandito Roja. How's it going today, champ?
Going good, man. I can't complain every day, just been training, getting everything in, getting ready for the next fight.
How's training going for you? Where's training camp at?
Going great.
If you don't mind me asking.
It's going great. Right now we're in Las Vegas at City Boxing Gym. We are working with a lot of great fighters right here. But everything's been going smooth, man. I can't complain at all.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I want to start kind of in the beginning, but not too far. I see you and your father have a very special thing going. He's a trainer. I want you to talk about when you guys were traveling back and forth from Arizona to L.A. and how the struggle of being homeless helped you out in life.
It was a really good thing, I would say, in my opinion. I missed out on a lot of, things like things teenagers do, you know what I mean? But, it was all for the right cause, just going from place to place. We started in Phoenix, then we went to Hollywood, then Long Beach, Los Angeles, Portland, then we ended up here in Vegas. But, I say, I learned a lot from so much people. I had a lot of sparring, and just being, from different trainers, seeing different techniques. Obviously my dad always pushed me, to work as hard as I can. But, I can't complain. Everything's been perfect up to now.
Okay, awesome. Now, I can see that after you had like 10 amateur fights, you stopped boxing for a while and you kind of gained some weight. Can you tell the fans what motivated you to lose all that weight?
The reason I had 10 amateur fights was because of the weight. I had been overweight since I was a little kid, and my brother, he had moved because he had just got signed by Top Rank, and I was 12 years old, 13 years old, and I had been boxing my whole life, so I said, maybe wanted a little break. I stopped boxing for a year, and I almost gained like about 100 pounds in a little less than a year. So, I had always loved boxing, but when I got to the wild card, my brother had always bragged about me because I was really good. I was just heavy. And then when I got to the wild card, it kind of angered me because, everybody thought I was garbage. Nobody really believed in me because I was a heavy kid. I was weighing 250 pounds. And, so just being in competition with them, wanting the best for my body, obviously, I decided, to step up to diet. It was very hard, but my dad had always there motivating me. And, at the wild card, that's where I started to get recognized. That also motivated me, losing weight too, just wanting to get in the ring with these good fighters and maybe get these good sparring sessions. And, that's where it all started.
That's awesome, man. I'm very proud of you for losing all that weight. Now, speaking of sparring, I can see when you were like at the age of 14, you sparred Triple G, Gabriel Rosado, Kelly Pavlik, and Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Is all this true?
No, no, it's Kid Chocolate.
Kid Chocolate, okay, Kid Chocolate.
Yeah.
I was going to say Roman Gonzalez, man. He's like 112. Yeah, like I said, off of some kind of source, LA Times or something like that. I guess they just spelled his name wrong. So Kid Chocolate.
Yeah,
Peter Quinn.
Yeah, they got it wrong. But those guys, when I first started working with them, honestly, it was like a dream come true. The first big professional I ever sparred when I was 15, it was Kelly Pavlik. So that, I had trained very hard for that, just preparing just to be sharing the ring with Kelly Pavlik. Also, I know him from fighting James, what's his name?
Jermaine Taylor.
Yeah, Jermaine Taylor. So it was exciting to just get in the ring with him, but I did very good, which I didn't think I was going to do, to be honest with you, but, we kept working hard. We did really good. And then the other guy we sparred was Golovkin. But at the time, that's before Golovkin made his pro debut in the United States. So I didn't really know who he was. But, man, that guy, he had punched so hard. And then I, got some great work in with him. And then, just my confidence just started growing. growing and growing. Every big champion I sparred, my confidence would grow. You know, I worked with a lot of these guys. You know, and I also wanted to take the time to give thanks to them because I feel like if it wasn't for them, you know, I really wouldn't be, you know, here and have the confidence that I have now. But, you know, we had some great sparring back then, man, and you know, we just kept working hard.
Let me ask you a question. Ever since you sparred Golovkin, has that power been felt by any other opponent? Like, can anybody hit as hard as Golovkin in sparring or in fighting, like in an actual match?
To be honest, up to this day, I haven't felt nobody in sparring or in professional hit as hard as Golovkin. You know, when I say that guy has power, man, that guy has true power. And it's not only the power, it's just like, you know, the way he places his shot, you know, the accuracy, you know, he'll do other things just to set you up for them shots, you know what I mean? So, and then he's also a great guy. You know, I consider him my mentor because I worked with him for over 3 or 4 years. So he's just a really cool guy, man. I learned so much from him. You know, he's still one of my favorites up to this day.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, now I want to change gears and get to, like, kind of the business side of it all. How did you end up meeting Al Heyman? And is he still your advisor?
Yeah, Al Heyman is still my advisor. You know, I met him through my promoter, Samson Lukowicz. The way this started was I think I was like 9-0 or 10-0, and I was Julius Jackson Jr. had called me to his training camp, you know, and I kind of beat Julius up a little bit, you know, but you know, no hard feelings. He's my friend, but and then that's where his promoter at the time was Samson Lukowicz, and that's where they introduced me to Samson Lukowicz. You know, we fought one time on Showtime. Then I had got a contract from Al Heyman, you know, that he wanted to be my advisor, and he put me on Showtime and all this. And, you know, that's where I kind of met him at, you know what I mean? And he's been a great person. He's helped me a lot, so much throughout these years, man. Him, Samson Lukowicz, Luda Kubas, man, all of them, man. I really appreciate everything they've done for me. They're really nice guys.
That's awesome, man. A lot of fathers say Al has been, like, real good to him, so I'm glad to see that the trend is continuing. Yeah. Now, there has been a lot of speculations that you have signed with Top Rank. Is there any way we can get some details about that and let the fans know what's really going on?
You know, yeah, just to clear it all out, you know, I have made, there was, you know, some things that are going on in my camp, you know what I mean? But, you know, everything got resolved, you know, I'm back to Al Heyman, Samson Lukowicz. It was just more of a mistake on my part, you know what I mean? But, you know, we live and we learn, no hard feelings, you know, we're just back to getting to work, you know what I mean? You know, I don't really want to look back at the past mistakes I did. You know, we're just going forward right now. You know, we got big things planned out, you know, and I can't wait for till they give me the go so I could say the day and everything, man. But it's going to be it's going to be great. The future's going to be great for us.
Awesome, man, awesome. Now, your last couple of fights have been, like, very, very impressive, even dating back to the TKO of Dennis Douglas, to the knockout of Porky Medina, and now how you came back in that rematch with Ronald Gabriel was very, very impressive. It looked like 2 different matches, like night and day. Was that, like, were you trying to make a statement in that fight?
Yeah, it was. You know, that fight was really personal to me. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I won the first fight clear, but the last knockdown in the last round, you know, but that really angered me because I knew this guy, he was talking a lot, you know, running his mouth, him and his team, that they were better than me, that I'm just hype, this and that. So, you know, I really wanted to show these people, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just turned 21. I'm 21 still, but, you know, I work harder than all these dudes, man. You know what I mean? So I wanted to show this guy that I'm nothing to play with, and that's exactly what I did.
You absolutely did that, man. That was a very impressive performance. Now, before we move on, was there, like, anything, like, personal that he said, or was it just, like, more of a competition kind of thing?
Well, you know, it wasn't really nothing personal, you know what I mean? It was just more trash talk. You know how it is when you're fighting somebody, you know, more competition, you know, and then obviously you want to make things, like, excited for the crowd, you know what I mean? But it was, you know, no hard feelings now. You know, it is what it is. You know, we said a few things, he said a few things, but, you know, it's all business at the end of the day. You know, I have no hard feelings for nobody.
Okay, awesome. Now, going back to Top Rank real quick, I want to ask you about the promotional side, but there is another super middleweight over there, Gilberto Ramirez. Is that like a potential fight that you would like want down the road? I think it would be like a big Mexican clash.
Yeah, I would love to get that fight, and I don't know if you know this, but me and him, we worked for training camps. I was his main sparring partner for a couple of his training camps, like two or three of his training camps. So
How long ago was this?
That was the first time I sparred him, or the first training camp I worked was when he worked with he fought with Arthur Abraham, and then the next fight after that. So it was only 2 training camps, but we know each other's style very well. I often tell people that if we recorded those sparring sessions, we could be able to sell them. That's how good of the footage and the fight. That's how much competition we have between us. He's a great fighter, and hopefully down the road we could get something worked out. The two promotional companies, they can work something out. We can make that fight, because honestly, he's one of the best. He's one of the best in my division, and I want to fight the best in the division. Just for myself, so I can know that I'm the best. And I would love to make that fight happen later in the future.
Now, in a perfect world, would you want that fight to be in a Mexico City, or would you want it to be in the States?
I don't know, man. Probably in the States. You know what I mean? And it would be. It don't matter where it would be. If it would be here in Mexico, it would be a big fight. But probably in the States, because I got more of my people over here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now there is a World Boxing Super Series that's going on, and there is a final next month with Calvin Smith and George Groves. Who do you think would win that fight? And would you want to unify with the winner?
Yeah, it's going to be a very good fight, man. I've been watching that Super 6 series really closely. I feel like George Groves has a little bit of the edge because he has a little bit more
experience.
He has more experience than Colin Smith. But, Colin Smith is a great fighter as well. I can't really say who's going to win that fight, but it's going to be an amazing fight. And I would love to fight the winner of the fight. Hopefully, I think there might be a mandatory because they're fighting for the WBC Diamond Belt. So hopefully after they get their fight in, I could get the winner, man. And I would love to go to the UK and fight over there.
Now, the fight is going to be in, like, Saudi Arabia. Will you be attending?
What day is it?
September 28th.
September 28th. That's a little too far for me, bro. Yeah,
I told you, I totally understand, man. I just had to ask the question. Now, recently the WBC ordered a fight with Anthony Durrell, and you said that you have a muzzle for him. Now, is that fight still on, and do you still have that muzzle? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that fight is still on. I'm expecting a lot of trash talk from Durrell. He likes to intimidate people, but honestly, we're not intimidated by nobody. I feel like this is my time, and whoever steps in the ring with me is, they're gonna suffer the consequences. They're gonna pay. You know what I mean? This is my life. I don't play around with nothing. I work hard every day. I work harder than most people do. So I know he's not gonna have a chance up against me.
Oh, okay. Now, if there's one thing that you that Durrell does well, that you need to like look out for, could you say it, or is it like more of a game plan thing?
I've been watching a lot of tapes on him. He's like a good counter puncher. If you come inside and then he likes to take steps back, maybe with that hook. If you allow him to counter punch you, then it's gonna be a problem, But anything he does that night, we're gonna be ready for. Extremely ready for anything.
Gotcha. Now, as a fan of boxing, I enjoy the trash talk, the going back and forth. Is there like a message that you want Durrell to know about the fight coming up, to be ready, or to be ready for a war, or anything like that?
Oh, I just, he better be ready for everything. You know what I mean? He could say I'm a little kid, this and that, talking all this shit, man. But at the end of the day, it's who puts in the most work, and I guarantee you, he don't work as hard as me, anywhere as close to me. So, I'm ready, man. I can't wait to get my hands on him. It's gonna be good.
Now, do you have a clue about when that date will be announced, and what the venue will be?
I haven't. They're still trying to put everything together. So before, they really don't want me to say nothing either. But just know it's gonna be a great card, and I'm excited to get ready for the date. Just to let you guys know, it's gonna be great. And you guys won't be disappointed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, there are some upcoming fights that I want to get your opinion on. First off, I want your opinion on the Triple G and Canelo fight. How does that fight break down, and who do you see winning?
I don't know. I maybe see Canelo having a little bit of the edge. You know what I mean? But Golovkin, he's still an amazing fighter. He'll still put that pressure on you all night. But I think he's getting a little bit older. I think Canelo's, his reflexes, his speed is a little bit more fresh. But I don't know. It's up to them to see who wants it more. You know what I mean? It's going to be a great fight. But I got to go with my guy Golovkin all day. I know him personally, so he's a great guy. And I'm cheering for him to win.
Okay, awesome. Now recently, one of your let's say WBC contemporaries went over to Ireland and called out Tyson Fury. Now, how do you see that Wilder versus Fury fight breaking down?
That's gonna be a dope fight, bro. Yeah, I see Wilder winning that fight all the way. I don't think Tyson Fury has. He has the skill, but I don't really think he has the will to be up against Deontay Wilder. But I could be wrong, man. I haven't really watched too much of Tyson Fury, but his head movement is a little slick. But it's just Deontay Wilder's another animal. But if the boxing, the fights are fought by the boxers, for a reason, man. So it's up to them who has the most heart that night. But I'm giving it to Deontay Wilder.
Okay, absolutely. Now, another fight that is kind of very close to your heart, and one that hasn't been announced, but we expect it to be announced. Jose Benavidez versus Terrence Crawford. How do you see that breaking down?
Oh, man, this is an opportunity my brother's been waiting for his whole life. I'm excited for him. He's really excited. We're really pumped up about this, working hard. Of course, I see my brother winning. There's a lot of doubters and say this and that my brother's nobody. But, if you're here seeing how we work, man, we're going to be extremely ready come that day. But, it's going to be, Terrence Crawford is one of the best fighters, not only of now, but of the decade, you know what I mean? So we got to, my brother has to be extremely prepared, but I feel like he's up to the task.
Absolutely. Now, not you and your brother, but your brother you were there. Your brother had like a little run-in with Terrence Crawford. Can you give the fans some kind of like background information of what happened and like why it happened like that?
I actually wasn't there, but my brother told me, they've been going back and forth for a while. You know what I mean? So it escalated to the point where if they seen each other, something was gonna happen. It don't matter, who was there, but it's just trash talk. But boxers, they get kind of heated up. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is.
Awesome. Now, over the weekend we had I want to say huge fight, but it was huge on a casual fan scale. KSI versus Logan Paul. First question: did you watch it?
I seen highlights on Instagram. It was pretty cool, man. It pulled in a lot of people, and a lot of people streamed it. So I guess if they could do it. But it was. I'm not even saying it was a good fight. It was cool to watch, but as far as up to that goes, but it was cool.
Now, do you think that kind of fight hurts the sport, or does it help the sport because it attracted a lot more casual eyes and a bigger, younger audience?
Definitely, if people want to go and see boxing, that's helping the sport. But sometimes these casual boxing fans, it might hurt them because they think that they could just go in there, not knowing nothing, and fight a fight, maybe go professional. If you want to be a professional boxer, you got to be really prepared because the boxing ain't no joke, But if it pulls in numbers, and I guess they're doing it right.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I really appreciate you joining the show and letting me interview you. But my final question is a big question. I see that you will be at the Fan Expo in Vegas for the Triple G and Canelo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. And And I just want to thank you as well for, taking the time out of your day, for messaging me and, getting this interview. And I really appreciate everything. And, I don't know when the expo is, but, I'm going to be there. Me, my brother, my father's going to be there. It's going to be a great time. And I'm excited to see the fans.
Now, TBV has a live show on the 14th at the weigh-in and the 15th, right before the fight at their house. And we will be very, very excited if you could possibly join the show for like a quick interview and just meet the fans and the whole TBV family. I totally understand if you have prior engagements or don't have the time, but as a fan of the sport and as a member of TBV, we would be very appreciative if you could join the show.
Yeah, definitely, man. When I get there, I'll send you a text, and if I'm and we'll see we can make something happen. But it would be an honor to be on there. But I want to thank you again for everything, man.
No, man, thank you for letting me interview you, and good luck in your upcoming fight against Anthony Darrell. We're over.